Well, good evening and I love you. I'm Heather Peterson Lockhart and I am the Chiefess, and we are going to do a reading for the collective for Mars retrograde. We all talk about Mercury retrograde. I'm not sure where to look here. I'm lining myself up here. We all talk about Mercury retrogrades being such a big deal. Well, Mars retrograde is a really big deal. This is a really big deal. We have some major planet opposition happening, and these dynamics are really allowing us to see what's going on inside our own psyche, what's going on inside of our own belief systems. We're really getting to see where we're in our own way. So I'm going to pull some cards for us as a collective to see what's going on here, and then I will pull a goddess oracle card for each sign so that you can learn to use these energies in a way that is beneficial for you, because that's what it's all about. I know that this is a really well, some people think it's a really trying time on Earth, right? That it's very challenging right now. I think it's challenging, but I find that beautiful, that I'm given the opportunity to see my own bullshit, and so that I might have the opportunity to get out of my own way. So it is very much in your viewpoint and your perspective, how you choose to take the circumstances that are going on right now, and how you choose to use them or not use them. I think that right there is what's going on with a lot of us. We're either wanting to show up as the solution, or we're going to double down on the problem. So today I will share some experience of my own lately, where I've been able to see where I'm in my own way and I'm a butthole, and where I need to grow up. And I will pull a card for each sign, like I said, and then if you so choose, you can use that energy for your highest good. Because like I said, it's never a punishment, no matter what's going on. It's never a bad deal. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. That doesn't mean it's not challenging. But it's never a bad deal, what's ever going on in your life. It's always a gift, a blessing, a choice for your own evolution. You get to grow, you get to be a bigger person, if you so choose. If you don't, it's probably, well, a really trying time on Earth. So, we're going to take a second. I have a bowl here with me. This is a heart chakra bowl. And I'm going to play this for a second, and if you'd like, you can close your eyes and take a few big breaths with me and help yourself calm down. We've been taught, what is this thing I was reading the other day, this meme? Get control of your feelings and your mind will become powerful, or some crap like that. I don't know. So much work of the human trying to shut down their feelings and balance their mind, and yet it works the other way around. If we want to balance our mind and have a clear mind, we really need to balance our biology, which means listening to our feelings, integrating our feelings, harmonizing with our feelings, using them as the gifts that they are, so that we know where and what to pay attention to. So things work better that way. We are given all these things for a reason. We're really, really beautiful creatures. It's a really, really beautiful process if we allow it to be such. So, if you'd like, close your eyes. And when I tell you to take a breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth, when you let it out through your mouth, let it out in a way that you can hear, like this. And the reason is, it sounds like a great big sigh. And when I sigh, my body hears me. I am not my body, I am my soul. My body is separate. And guess what? Your body is conscious. Your body is conscious, your body is listening and participating with you. You are your soul, not your body. As we learn that, we can learn to develop a better relationship between we, our soul, and our body, and make things a little more healthy and work a little better. So, when you take this big breath and you go, Your body hears that sound. That sounds like calm. It sounds like, oh, I can settle down. I can breathe. That most fundamental part of our existence, breathing, breath. But have you stopped to take a big breath today? I noticed that I had not stopped to take a big breath until I was about to start this video. And I always get really nervous before I come on here. So I have to take a few big breaths and run to the bathroom like 8 times. But anyway, I became conscious of the fact that I hadn't really done that. Most of us don't do it in a day because we're very busy. And we're trying to get a zillion things done at one time, right? So, shall we close your eyes? And I'll tell you what, bring your belly button forward. Bring your heart chakra forward. That little hair is tickling me. Okay? And relax your hands, relax your shoulders, and relax your hands with your palms up. Now you can just relax your hands like this in your lap. But so your hands are open and your palms are up. Okay? Close your eyes. And go ahead and take a big breath in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. And in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth. And let's do one more big breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And if you would like, you can repeat these words after me. I am one with creation. I am a tool of God's use. I am a beacon of God's love. And I am an instrument of God's will. And all is well with my soul. And if that be what it is, then whatever is going on in your life right now is a good deal. Go ahead and open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and allow that new breath to circulate through your body. Feels good to breathe, doesn't it? So, okay, Mars retrograde. This Mars retrograde is a really big deal. And for those of you who, there's always these memes about Mercury retrograde, and everybody knows what Mercury retrograde is, right? Everybody's like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. You have to back up your computer. They know they lose stuff. They know things go bonkers, right? And that's, I guess that's just the one that everybody talks about. I don't know. I'm not sure why that is, but Mars retrograde, especially this Mars retrograde, is a really big deal. We are at a pivotal time on Earth when the lights are really coming on for the collective and for the individual. And we have a new moon this next week, which is really going to illuminate the heck out of a whole lot of stuff in our life. This is a whole lot of information flooding us. It's a whole lot of processing. I drink really strong coffee, so I have to rinse my teeth. So, we have all this information coming in, and if we want to meet it and greet it, we have a real chance to advance our own growth, to participate in our own evolution. Hello, beautiful girl. How are you? And what a divine gift, right? If we do not want to participate with our own growth, if we do not want to meet and greet what's going on in our belief system and our behavior, probably a pretty scary time. I'm laughing because I'm on one bipolar opposite end of that spectrum than I used to be. For those who do not know, I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. Psst, psst, psst. Hey. Psst, psst. Hey. I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. Come lay down by me. I've been detained with a .416 blood alcohol level, walking, talking coherently, giving nutrition advice to the sheriff deputy that was detaining me. Jumped out of a 3-story building in front of my kids. You name it. That's a whole nother story. The list goes on and on and on. I busted my head open in front of my kids. Busted others' heads open in front of my kids. I was on this other path. My life was very different than it is today. And I love talking about that, but that's another video. But I'm laughing because if you don't want to see that you're the problem, as I did not want to see that I was the problem then it's a pretty painful time because the pressure has been dialed up. The lights are really coming on. A lot is being illuminated with this full moon coming up. And with this Mars retrograde, the pressure is immense. So if you don't want to know, good gracious, it's probably really loud knocking at the door. I had to learn the hard way to open the door and be like, you know, okay, I'm the common denominator in all this. So if I am the problem, the good news is I can also be the solution. And that's really freeing to me to learn. So, excuse me. I had an experience last night that I wanted to share because it was very eye-opening for me. I am almost 47. I will be 47 in 3 weeks. Yeah. I don't have any of my stuff right here. I was going to flash up my skincare. I have created a skincare line that is charged with scalar energy. So I literally have energy in a bottle and use it on my skin every time I do anything. I only use my own products. So I think it not only shows in my skin, it shows in my energy, literally. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a good age. I dig my 40s. I really dig my 40s. More than ever. I'm sure I'll dig the 50s too. Okay, so last night I was accosted with my own behavior. Again, recovering addict and alcoholic, and then there's lots of other ways. Even when you're not putting substances and stuff inside your body, you can participate in denial. You can participate in projection of your own bullshit onto others. You can be constantly provoking the situation out of others. Like, there's lots of ways to avoid your own evolution, okay? And I've participated in all of them. really, really wholeheartedly. So, last night I was in a mood. What it was my other half wasn't feeling well. And so I had stayed in the bed longer than I usually do with him. And I didn't choose to go train. So here's this super high energy person who did 2 things in a day that I don't usually do, put those together, maybe not the best combination for me. So, come late evening, I'm pretty like, whoa, wound up. And I hadn't felt that wound up like that in a minute. And so, interestingly enough, I'm at a space in my life now, it's really beautiful, where I can be engaging in my own behavior and then very quickly aware of my behavior, and I can almost watch myself participating and then choose how I want to move forward. It wasn't that way before. I remember when, in fact, I remember being in a relationship when I was actively alcoholic, and my partner at the time said, do you even think about us, like the kids? Do you think about me? Do you think about your family when you're about to go drink? And it was the first time that I sat there and I thought, and I was like, nope, not a bit. Truth be told, nope, not a bit. I don't think about you guys a bit. Because by that point I was checked out and I had an agenda, and I was rolling with it, and I had no ability to observe my thought process, let alone to engage with my thought process. It was more like my thought process was like freaking on its own, completely unconscious to me. It got me in trouble, and then it was my behavior that got red flagged. Do you know what I mean? It was my behavior that we were paying attention to. So, quite a long time later, I'm able to participate in my behavior as it's happening and decide, is this the way you want to engage? Is this what you want to believe? You don't have to tell yourself this story anymore, right? So last night I'm feeling pretty spun up, and I'm getting, what are the words I want to use? I'm looking to pick a fight, right? I am not happy because I've got a lot of energy, and I didn't, necessarily maintenance myself like I need to. So, Robert wasn't feeling well. We were trying to decide what to eat for dinner. Nothing too big, but like I was just being difficult. And then I realized, though, I don't know how far into it, that I was being difficult because I wanted to pick a fight. And the reason I wanted to pick a fight was because I wanted to engage in that loop, that circuit with him, where I could be mad, and I'd have a reason to be mad. And I would have something to direct it at righteously. Do you know what I mean? And in that, I would avoid seeing what was really going on, which was I am a super high energy individual. And when I get that energetic, I really have not ever wanted to be around others, because it's not pretty composed Heather. It's like crazy Heather. It feels like she's just like all over the place. And I would rather just keep it to myself. And usually, I do a really good job of maintaining myself, so I don't feel like that so much anymore. And it brought me back to like when I was a little kid, and I feel like all spun up, you know what I mean? And it's funny, did you just hear my voice quiver? Isn't that funny? That's how deep stuff runs, right? That's exactly what happens. Something current triggers something from before. I love when these type things happen when I'm live and people get to see this. I love it. I'm not the slightest bit shy about sharing these things. So it took me back to that. I just feel like a freakish little kid with like way too much energy. Do you know what I mean? And I'm still that little kid with way so much energy. I will not say it's too much. It's beautiful, but it's a lot to channel. And I maintenance myself well. Like I was telling someone today, I'm very active in my recovery. And I was saying to someone, like when I first got here, I just was like not supposed to drink. Don't drink. Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't put your hands on people, Heather. That's what they used to say. Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't put your hands on people. And then, things going further, today, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't put my hands on people, but I also have to meditate. I also have to exercise. I also have to eat healthy food. I also have to drink a lot of water. Like, there's a code for living for me that allows me the balance I desire. And I've been afforded this extreme amount that I get to peek out and play in. And so, yeah, I want it every day. I want it as much as I can have it. You bet it. You bet. So when I don't feel there, and when I feel completely at the other end of the spectrum, like, Tarzan has done swoon from over here to over here, I don't traditionally like people to see me like that. But what was more important was that I have had a loop my entire life of ducking out of seeing that there's people in front of me that want to help me and want to be my friend, and that I can help myself through where I've decided to duck out, get mad, project onto others, and provoke situations, right? I can change it. And that's a lot of what's going on with this Mars retrograde. Whatever conflict you have right now, wherever it hurts, whether it be in your body, in your relationships, in your projects, pay attention. Don't shun it. Don't shut it down. Don't judge yourself. Don't shame yourself. Pay attention and see what needs love. That's exactly what's going on here. I know it's really hard for people to sit with themselves. It's really hard that's why we have so many people wanting to blame others for everything going on. If you can blame others, you don't have to look at your own crap. You know what I mean? So whatever's going on in your face right now, if you can allow the fact that it's here because you are stronger now, you are more experienced now, you are a different person from when these cycles started. You're closing out things you have experienced for the last 8 years that bring you to this day, to who you are right now, and have offered you the ability to deal with things better than you ever have before, if you allow yourself. If you decide that things can be good, basically. You give yourself permission to think about situations in a good way. Give yourself permission to ask for help. Give yourself permission to partner with others. It's a really big one going on right now. If you do these things, your situations can improve. The reason that we're feeling that a lot of things are repeating themselves are because these cycles are closing themselves out. So you probably have things in your life right now, whether they are creative projects or former partners, relationships, that seem like they're coming back up for review. You could open them back up. People coming back into your life, coming back into your thought process. And you don't want to do that right now. You don't want to go back and do the stuff that you already did before. That's before it's done. But what you do want to do is gain or take the experience from which you take the experience from the circumstances before and move that forward. Don't double down on old behavior and old circumstances and situations that didn't turn out beneficial. All right, we're going to pull some cards. Me and my 18 drinks. How's this stuff going for you guys? How are you feeling? You see, I don't watch the TV and listen to the radio, so I don't participate in a lot of the crazy going on. I pretty much choose to pay, operative word, my attention and my energy to that which is in my circle, and that which I choose to want more of. So I'm always interested to see how everyone is feeling, and I know there's a lot of death right now. There's a lot of changing, like massive circumstantial changes in people's lives. And it's across the board. It's for all of us. Another reason to learn to listen to what's going on inside you. Because if you can show up for who you are and what you need first, then you can do it for others. You can't expect yourself to be beneficial to your neighbor. The golden rule is not my favorite, okay? Because in most cases, do unto others as you'd have done unto you. Don't give me that crap. I don't want your sloppy seconds. You don't even know how to do unto you. So the focus right now is, what's going on in our own lives. If we clean house in our own life first and in our own house, then we are able to be one next to another that are doing that, and then we create a healthy community. But we really can't go clean someone else's house until we clean our own. So it's that time. And with that, understanding that everyone's being asked to clean their home, spiritually, it's a great time to be compassionate, because everybody's hurting, Woo. Throwing them. I did shuffle at the beginning for those who have been with me since the beginning. Let's see here. We'll pull a Goddess Oracle. I love these cards. I pull oracle cards in every reading, male or female, because I believe that that is the energy that we are integrating and in need of, and gratefully is flooding the earth. It's all about allowing, receiving. Allowing and receiving. That which the human race has never been taught. We're go-getters. We're doers. We've not been taught to receive. Okay. The thing going on, the overall theme for us right now for this Mars retrograde is the Lovers card, which is pretty, we'll pull the rest of them, we'll put them all together, but that's pretty self-explanatory as to what's going on. The energy that's presenting for us that could be challenging for us, that we need to work with and grow from, is the Three of Cups. So this is about celebration and connection, things coming together. What we need to put in our heart and our hands and our minds is the Moon card. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. This is all about our intuition, our feminine guide, our feminine wisdom, our inner knowing. This full moon's going to be huge for that, you guys. That's why I wanted to get this reading on today. And then the outcome of that is, all right side up, the Queen of Wands and the Star card. So the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Passion. She is all about pay attention to me, and in paying attention to me, I am able to feed that which is below me better. So feed me, love me, pay attention to me so that I am queen, so I can give to my queen more effectively. Hand in hand with the Star card. This is wild. It just makes me emotional. It's so beautiful. It's exactly what I was just saying. And in the Star card, are we going to give ourselves that freedom to be that beautiful star, that beautiful thing? Are we going to, it's a new beginning. I mean, it is the awakening of the spiritual path. It is the understanding that you're a spiritual being. And in that, are you going to give yourself as much as you'd be willing to give another? Are you going to give yourself the new beginning? My thing isn't going up here. There we go. Hi, Dave. Happy birthday to you, love. Happy birthday. Looking good, my friend. And then who we should be, the energy that we need to put inside ourselves is the Two of Cups. My goodness. It's all about connection. This is all about, this is soulmate energy. Choosing to connect intimately, relationships. This is a choice relationship in this card. They choose to spend time with each other. They honor the time with each other. They are revering their time together. So if we put this all together, it says that it's the time to love on earth. Like all this beauty. Let's ask for more clarity on the Lovers. I'm going to put money on it. Well, I won't put money on it, but I'm going to go with the Ten of Pentacles. Whoa. Let's do that again. The Princess of Swords. Okay, if you look at this card, she is, see her hand in the air? And she is, oh no, hold on. What did I do? There we go, there we go. Okay, do you see how she is reaching into the sky? And she is pulling new thoughts, new consciousness, and she's pulling it from the ether. And she's grounding it into the ground. Look, with that sword. And the swords are the belief systems, the thoughts, they're air. So she is pulling it out and looking at it. She's putting it at, she's pointing it at you. And she's saying, are you going to... This is saying with this card. Whoa, my goodness, I almost threw my bowl over. It's saying with this card, we have the chance right now to have love on earth. Look at this. This is the divine feminine meeting the sacred masculine, coming down, joining him. They are in union. We can bring this from the ether to the ground. We have the power. We have the power to land it. The challenge is that we need to learn to celebrate. We need to learn to walk away, in my intuitive understanding, from the problem. You need to choose to congregate and celebrate the good. That's how you bring in more. It's a law of attraction, universe, not a law of resistance. It's not a law of protestants. It's a law of attraction. So if you want more of the good stuff, get together, talk about it, believe it, rejoice in it. Amen to that, right? And then I would like, let's ask for some clarity on this moon. We are invited to use our female intuition, our inner knowing, our get quiet to find the solution, right? Your feeling versus your doing. The Ten of Swords. In the Ten of Swords, we're ending a cycle. And we're done. He is done stuck, if you look at him. The swords have done stabbed him. And then you can see right there, his higher consciousness, his spirit is rising. And she is grabbing him. With 2 cards like that, you guys, look at that. That's wild. Look at the synchronicity there. She is grabbing his hand, helping him rise from this old cycle. He's done. And he's surrendered to it. Look, he's coming out of it. He's rising up. She's grabbing his hand. She's like, let's do this together. This makes me want to cry. Especially since it's telling us that the energy that we need to embody is connection and love, intimate love, true connection. Like really to embrace that, right? And again, then the outcome is the Star card and the Queen of Wands. Being able to feed that which is below you, whether it is your family or your business or your whatever, because you're well supplied, because you receive and you get for you. And it allows each of us and collectively to be the star, to rise up. Look at the ships on the horizon. Do you see? The ships are coming in. The sun is there. I mean, it's divine union. Grace. Beautiful. Our goddess is Ishtar and she's upside down. Okay, so we have an alignment message. And 2 and 3 is 5. 5 is all about change. It's like the spokes on a wheel. They're going to turn, turn, turn. And so when we get a 5, it's a catalyst for change. Whoa, I opened it to just the page. That's so crazy. I love when this happens. Ha 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 ha. Okay, alignment message says, when you refuse to see the signs, it can ultimately take you down a path you really don't want to be on. When red flags indicate something is not quite right, it's not a sign to jump in with both feet. It says this is not for you. This is not yet. This needs to be revealed. If you choose to move forward stubbornly, you could find yourself back in an old lesson you'd rather not face again. When you are attached to an outcome and unable to see another option, you might say, the oracle said this wasn't in my best interest, but I am going to do it anyway. The truth is that Goddess Ishtar is offering this alignment task for you now. Trust that the wisdom in the universe will provide with perfect form, but in divine timing. This means you might have to wait for a while. Reconnect to your partnership with the goddess and trust that you will not be left behind. This connection is at the core of everything. I wish I thought that I had something to share with you that it popped in my head. This says to me, she's about communion, okay? Which is another name for this card. Right? And so upside down, and since this is our challenge, since this card is in the challenge position, this is saying that, to me, when you're attached to an outcome and unable to see another option, you might say, when we are focused on the world being in chaos, when we are focused on change being negative, when we are focused on, I wish it were the way it was before, only because it would be more comfortable, not because it was good, and not because it is needed, and not because it is worthy, but because it is painful for me to change, none of this is beneficial. But when we use our intuition, when we use our focus, this is your focus. This is you choose what you focus on. It doesn't just happen. I mean, it does happen until you get control over it. And we have the power to break old cycles, to walk away from the problem by standing in celebration, right? by standing in communion, by sitting in communion, we allow a new way of being, a new way of rejoicing, of celebrating, of living, hallelujah, to come to the earth. I mean, look at all this. This is wild, y'all. You got 3 cards here about coming straight from above to below in new cycles. I love it. So good. All right. I saw that someone would like a card. I'd love to pull you a card. Oh, we have a universe card. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. Okay, that's a triple, quadruple down on the message. Amen to that, right? Like, if you choose to pay attention to what you want more of right now, if you choose to greet that which is inside you, that which is on your plate, you can have a whole lot more good. If, let's see here. What does this say? Who asked me to pull a card? I just saw it popped up. Yes, I would love to pull you a card, Shanna. Da, da, da. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me put her back. And then, what else was I going to say about that? I was gifted to work with a mentor for 11 years. Those of you who have been with me for a while on here, who know me personally, you know about my Bill. I call him my Bill. He's not really mine. He was just my teacher for 11 years, but he was a teacher to a lot of us. And he was a beautifully gifted man, an amazing mentor, and an evolved soul. I mean, someone texted me the other day and asked me, have you ever met anyone like him? And I was like, not to date. I'm not sure I will. Some of us get, you know, we get a time with someone like that. And oh my gosh, I got so lost on that I forgot what I was going to tell you. Hold on, let me go back. Oh gosh, I wish I could run it back, because if I could hear myself talk, I would remember the thought. What was I gonna say? Maybe it'll come back to me. That's wild. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm not sure if this is it, but I think, he would tell me I had to, he would tell me I had to sit in things. He would say, you have to sit in it. And I would say, for how long? And he'd say, till it doesn't hurt anymore. And I would be like, oh my God. But that was a really scary thing to do before, you know, with whatever I felt or whatever was happening in my life. It was a really scary thing to sit in my experience and in my emotions and not try to vacate the premises. Quite frankly, whether in mind or body or both, right? I was trying to get out. So when I first started to experience what was going on in my life and to sit still and feel, it was very scary. But the more I did it, the more it became something that was normal. And something where I had every reason to think that I would get through it. Whereas when I first started that, I did not. So, for what it's worth, you're always given the greatest gifts for your evolution. That is the gospel truth. We are always given the greatest gifts for our evolution. The problem is that we have learned to frame most everything other than what feels good as bad. And the truth is also that, at least for most of us, a lot of what feels bad, if it feels bad enough, it will prompt us to make change. And that is a gift. Because most often, if it's not causing some huge disruption or pain or discomfort, we let it be there. So when something causes enough discomfort or pain or chaos in your life that it prompts your attention, that's probably a good deal, because that mess would not be there if it didn't need some alignment. So, hello, I love you. All right, I'm going to pull a card. For Shana, I want to say that correctly. If I could shuffle. It's the shuffling part. All right. Ooh. 2 and 4 is 6. 6 is about balance, and you pulled Isis. Rebirth. Right side up. So, it says, Ahimsa says, the process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent from the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis, the one that she invites you to address now. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration to live again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. Where you were helpless, now there is hope. Where you lost faith, you have the capacity for even more now. Where there was inequity and injustice, now you can see a better way. Where you were abandoned, now you can choose you. You are ready to face these parts of yourself and to gather them together as you step into a newer, more powerful version of yourself, your work, your relationships, and your creativity. Have courage. Let go of blame. Claim your accountability and then co-create something better. You can do this. The goddess Isis has come to help you as a potent supporter of your growth. Would anyone else like a card? I'm going to pull a card for each sign real quick. For those just joining me, you've got to go watch this reading. It's absolutely beautiful. It made me cry, literally. And it's an absolute 100% affirmation of what I was saying is going on in the world today. I've been saying that for a few years. It's the restoration of the divine feminine aspect of humanity to humanity. It's our balance, y'all. And guess what? If you don't do it in your own self, you cannot expect it to come to you from any sort of system or relationship. If you don't feel safe in your own self, no government, no man, no woman, no dog is ever gonna do it. Shorty. All right. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm pulling a card for Denise. You gotta have my sound effects. All right. You have Yuki Onna. Stillness. 52 is number 7. Is she upside down, shorty? So, I don't think she's stillness. I think in your case she's like this. Just teasing. All right, hold on. I know you're laughing. Okay, it says some days you wake up frozen, stuck, and unable to move due to the effects of emotional denial and resistance to what is in front of you. Or maybe you are exhausted, spent from the emotional burden of your current situation. The winter goddess Yuki Onna has come to help you move out of and past this experience into a healthier state of stillness. When you are frozen, it's the ego that is refusing to accept life on life's terms, potentially causing you fear and depression. A particular situation or person may be causing you to see yourself as a victim. The goddess Yuki Onna reminds you that it is but a temporary moment in the millions of moments in your life. The task she has for you is to answer one question. Will you trust the great goddess and the universe to be your active partner in co-creating? If so, slow down and let all of your troubles go, and you will see the miracles life has to offer you. Hello, Nix. I love you. Hello, Heather. I would love to pull you a card. Denise, that's for you. I would also tell you this. Bill used to always say, we're afraid of losing what we have or not getting what we want. He said it always comes down to that. We're afraid of losing what we have and not getting what we want. And I can usually try that one on for size and it fits most everything. Do you know what I mean? So, Miss Heather, you have Kuan Yin for compassion. Number 26, 2 and 6 is 8. 8's about balance, but she's upside down. So, here's your card. Love. And let's see here. It says, are you feeling overwhelmed by the suffering, all the suffering in the world, and you can't imagine how you could make a difference? Do you feel hopeless over how we treat nature and each other? The goddess Kuan Yin knows that it is an important time of reckoning and reordering, but wants you to be careful not to fall into a pit of despair. If you allow the media to fill your mind with a constant barrage of what's wrong in the world, you'll become numb and unable to move. The good news is in your alignment task. First, focus your mind locally. Your choice is not to save the whole world, but to bring your attention, focus, and where you can help. Your attention to where you can help. Even the smallest step toward a greater compassion is huge. Educate yourself about cultural issues and be better and more conscious and sensitive about your choices. Lend a helping hand to someone in need. Volunteer your time and choose one act of random kindness daily to help alleviate suffering. Do what you can and make that count. Always ask in your work, your relationships, and in your community, how will what I do serve others? Remember, if you don't get it right, you can always course correct. With commitment, you will add more beauty to the world. Everyone is learning right now, and Kuan Yin reminds you to be kind to yourself too as you accept your role in birthing a new world into being. What a beautiful message. I love that one so much. This is very applicable. Let me know if how that sits, by the way. It's very applicable to all of us. You know, we have such a big world now that we have access to the media. It was not so when we were younger. You know, think about this. When you're little, your life is little, of course. It's like your classroom, your home, you know, maybe if you have a sport or whatever else, but it's pretty small. It's your local community. And as you get bigger, it gets bigger. But for grown-ups nowadays, or whatever, those of us in big bodies, we have so much information coming in. We have an information, a barrage of information that comes in, and every day we have to process all these things going on around us. And so if we don't limit some of that, it's very easy, I think, to think that things are so very out of control, when, to be honest, the essence of chaos, creative chaos, is the essence of change. It's essential. But when we're inundated with a whole lot of change, and especially on the media, if it's kind of change that maybe you don't want to focus on, it can feel like things are out of control, you know, even when they're not. So I love that we can take steps locally. All of us can do that. In fact, if you are not in service to your community right now, in some way, shape, or form, get in service to your community. It's the biggest gift you can give yourself. It's not even about your community. Your community will be more enriched, which you will become a better person. You will feel better about yourself. You will like your interaction with yourself and others more, and you will feel more connected. It's just how it works. I didn't know anything about that kind of stuff until I was remanded by a court of law to a program of recovery, and they made my ass get in service, and I had to do all kinds of shit that I didn't want to do, that I thought was stupid. And now I know that it helps me. It's an instrumental part of my life. It's why I coach. I help in a lot of ways where I can, and all of us can. You know, you can go volunteer time at your local humane society and hold some pets. There's an elderly home around you where people would love a story read to them. There's all kinds of things you can do to be of service. Let's see here. Chrissy, I would love to pull a card for you. And Heather, I feel that. I feel that you live life that pretty way. Let's see here. La la la. Somebody else is offering all their guidance. All right, let's see here. Chrissy, I'm pulling you a card, and then I'm going to pull for signs. I thank you all for being here with me. If you're just joining me, go back to the beginning when this thing goes on, and be sure to watch the reading for the collective. It was right on the money with the intuitive sharing that I gave you, sharing some of my own experience. Because guess what? As Abraham Hicks says, words don't teach. It's one of my most favorite sentences. It's absolutely true. You know, think about this. Like when I was little, my parents used to say, like, do as I tell you, not as I do, which is so freaking stupid because kids watch behavior. And that's also why parents tell you to do something that they're doing different than what they're doing. On some level, they know that they are not happy with all of their choices. So they figure if they tell you something different, you'll make a different choice. But it's not the way it works. You watch what they're doing. So I share my own experience when I'm on here and in my therapy sessions and in my coaching sessions, because I feel like that is probably one of the most beneficial ways that I can be of service to others. I do share my intuitive understanding, but we tend to learn, if we're going to learn, through our own experience, and if we're willing to let others share that with us. So, Ms. Chrissy. Beautiful. You have Brigitte, number 8, Creative Spark, and she's right side up. There we go. 8 is all about balance. Lost my book. There we go. Manifestation. I'm sorry. 8 is firmly grounded. Inspiration and imagination are yours to play with right now. You effortlessly connect to your inner creative spark and make meaningful and beautiful experiences for yourself and others. Take advantage of this fruitful time. When you are so in tune, it's like taking a magical trip to the land of the fairy, where all that glitters is really gold and your life seems like a grand artistic gesture. The fairy Celtic goddess of creativity calls you to play in her artistry of your life, your work, and your loves. Brigitte is whispering her sparkling music deep in your soul. Are you listening? Intuitively, I want to tell you to get your buns outside. Play outside. Have you ever heard of a nature painting? You can like take some sticks and put them in a square and then go gather beautiful things that you find on like a walk or maybe in your yard and arrange them in a little design in your little square, in your little sticks, and have yourself a beautiful nature painting. It's a beautiful way of celebrating nature, of connecting with your creativity, of grounding outside with Mama Earth, and flushing some of that beautiful energy and allowing it to come into you if you're having any kind of blocks there. Also, you can start your day with an activity that allows you to access the right side of your brain. You might want to color. Coloring is a wonderful one. Writing cursive allows both sides of the brain to link together. It's a really good thing to do first thing in the day, like brain games in the right way. Let me know how the cards sit with you all. Okay, we're going to pull for Aries. Epona, Wise Leadership. 14, 1 and 4 making 5. We have, again, the spokes on the wheel, and 5 is all about change. Stepping into the world with a sense of surety and positive self-worth is what's called for now. Epona, the Celtic Roman horse goddess of leadership and guidance, offers you her wisdom. Know that you have what it takes to heed it. You can do anything you place your attention on, and you'll find it easy to accomplish what's needed for your intentions to take form. Whether you're aware of this or not, the way you manage your accomplishments and even the way you handle failures and losses is modeling the way forward for others. There is a wisdom growing within you, Aries. Be true to who you are. and placing integrity and humility equal to enthusiasm makes you a wise leader indeed, one that Goddess Epona is so proud of. Again, this is, yes, Horse Goddess, isn't she beautiful? I love that card. That's a reading for Aries. Aries, you're a natural leader. You know that. You're the first sign in the zodiac. It's all about you. You come first. So this is saying, you know, find some balance. Don't be hot-headed right now, especially as you're leading into this time. Compassion is key. Okay, I'm going to read for Taurus, and those just joining me, when this thing goes live, I'm not sure how it works if you can go to the beginning right now, but I did a collective reading. We're doing Mars retrograde in Gemini, and now I'm pulling a card for each sign so you can learn how to use this energy for your highest. I forgot to tell you guys something. I'm born with this degree of, I'm born with Mars retrograde in Gemini at 16 degrees. So this is my shiznit. Beverage break. Give me 5 minutes. I'm no longer, what is the little joke? I'm no longer active alcoholic, but I'm still a heavy drinker. Everybody and their brother shows up for readings. All the little spammers. Interesting. That's the story of my life. My mom used to say, Heather, imitation is the best form of flattery, because I would get really mad that people would try to do what I did. Now I've decided to try to be a grown-up about it and give them a good example. Isn't that awesome? Yay me. Okay, reading for Taurus. Stop being a tool. Saraswati, beautiful. Number 44, mastery. She's right side up. She's so pretty. 4 and 4 making 8 again. Wow. She is masterful in manifesting her mastery. Alliteration for you. All right. Taurus. Mastery is a genuine sense of effortless knowledge after a period of dedicated immersion. The Hindu goddess Saraswati asks you to enter her domain of art, language, knowledge, music, and poetry, and make this commitment to go the distance. Immerse yourself, body, mind, and spirit in discovering all aspects of what is at hand. Learn and then learn more. Right now, if you adopt the role of apprentice and are willing to devote your heart and mind to something, you will become a true master. Deep wisdom knows only continuous learning. That's a pretty sentence. Deep wisdom knows only continuous learning. No matter what question you come to explore, the goddess Saraswati reminds you that the pursuit of mastery is never ending. So enjoy every minute of it. Beautiful. Okay, reading for Gemini. For those of you watching, let me know how the cards sit with you. Does it resonate? If not, you're just really not paying attention. Just teasing. Okay, reading for Gemini. Upside down, green Terra, salvation. Lots of 8s here. Number 17. 17 is also a prime number, so you got some additional work going on with that number. Individual challenges and relation to self. Green Terra, known as She Who Saves, is here to remind you that salvation is contingent on your willingness to release your ego conflicts and surrender your wants and unmet desires to the divine. Do you find yourself swimming in a nagging spiral of dissatisfaction? Are you comparing yourself to others and always coming up short? Do you feel entitled to the manifestation of your wants arriving in the only form that you will accept? When you are suffering from longing and wanting, you are like a hungry ghost that will never be fed, blind to the opportunities that are truly yours. Never fear. Just as a true friend will let you know when you're off track, Green Terra will let you know when you're out of alignment. She will save you from the destructive qualities of hubris, entitlement, and elitism, as well as the consciousness of lack with the following: alignment task. I read that sentence funny. Let me go back on that one. I'm just reading your reply, Denise. Thank you, but no thank you. And elitism, as well as the consciousness of lack with the following alignment tasks. Get right with yourself and the world again. First, know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. And if that means empty for a time, that is perfect. Instead of looking at what isn't there, bless every tiny aspect of your life with deep gratitude. Green Tarot will show you that the world is your friend. You've only been fighting against yourself. You will then recognize the earth as a place of joy and abundance. That's reading for Gemini. Okay, reading for Cancer. Let's see here. Let's just do this right now. Okay, there we are. Okay, reading for Cancer. Epona, again, horse goddess. Wise leadership, number 14. We got lots of 5s and 8. 1, 4. 1, 4. Stepping into the world with a sense of surety and positive self-worth is what's called for now. Epona, the Celtic Roman horse goddess of leadership and guidance, offers you her wisdom. Know that you have what it takes to heed it. You can do anything you place your attention on, and you'll find it easy to accomplish what's needed for your intentions to take form. Whether you are aware of this or not, the way you manage your accomplishments and even the way you handle your failures and your losses is modeling the way for others. There is a wisdom growing within you. Being true to who you are and placing integrity and humility equal to enthusiasm makes you a wise leader indeed. One that Goddess Epona is so proud of. Okay, so that was Cancer, and it was also the reading for Aries. And that's pretty crazy with some of your, I know your personal chart, so that's like the same card for that's you. That's you, Denise. That's wild. I remember a lot of charts when I read them. So, that's the reading for Cancer. Cancer, step into your leadership. Come out your shell, sweetie crab. A healthy crab comes out of the shell to play and then goes back into the shell when they're ready to rest. Reading for Leo. Freya, radical acceptance, number 15. There she is. When you see life as a battleground, Leo, you lose sight of a more easeful way to be in the world. Can you stand in the middle of the chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet hum of the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. Freya is here to remind you that the acceptance of defeat is not the end. She offers the gift of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will not have to fight it all. If you take full stock at your conditions, surrendering to what is, you can move to higher ground, begin again, or wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest, most grounded, and most powerful when you remember that this is the strategy that Goddess Freya offers in your support. Okay, let's see here. I'm not sure where that is, but I'll just deal with that later. Moving right along, we're reading for Virgo. Well, I'm thinking about it for everyone. And I'll mention this again at the end. I should make myself a note. It's really important to eat at regular intervals right now. It's really important to get your feet on the ground. It's really important to drink a lot of water. I know that sounds like really, really basic, but there's a whole lot of stuff. There's so many energy. There's so many powerful shifts happening right now on Earth that the basic biology is much more shifted. So super beneficial. Just to take some basic precautions right now in terms of like balancing yourself out and eating at regular intervals, drinking enough water, get your feet on the ground every single day, you know, just simple stuff. Okay. Reading for Libra. Bensai Jin, Beauty, number 6. Okay. Libra, you're at your most lovely when you're being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty, Bensai Tin, reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. It's kind of the same message in the beginning of the reading. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, place, or thing. Beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it. And the goddess Bensai Tin will help you. Okay. Again, go back to the beginning of the reading. Watch the beginning of the reading. That card is echoing the same sentiments that we're going to get more of what we choose. It's a law of attraction universe, not a law of repulsion. And so what you focus on, you're going to get more of. In fact, I'm going to make a whole video about this, but I have taken to this new analogy and I've been working with it with those I work with. And it's been very beneficial. For some reason, I think this visual works. The way the universe, all that is, God, your higher power, whatever words you want to choose, the way that the consciousness works is it's like a breeze blowing through a neighborhood, moving through all of the houses, you know, circulating through all of the windows and into the homes and everything. And it observes all that you're thinking about, all that you're talking about, all that's in your mind space. And so it assumes that what you're thinking about is what you want. Because why on earth would you be thinking about something else and spending so much of your precious energy focusing on it, right? So it listens to those thoughts and then it gives you more of what you're thinking about. So if you're sitting there fretting that you're not going to be able to do whatever because you're not going to have enough money for this, you're not going to get that job, then all that is blowing through is like, oh wow, lots of worry about crappy job situations. Let's put some crappy job situations in that person's life so that we can give them what they want. You know, go through to the next person. I'm sure that my back condition is going to turn out like my mom's. I'm sure I'm going to end up like my mom, you know, with her this and da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. So this person's ready for this. Give them that. You know, blow through to another person. The next person's focusing on, I can't believe I have all these new clients. I love the fact that I have all these new clients coming to my home. New clients. This person's all about their new clients. Let's send a bunch of new clients and double down on what they're going. Because the universe has no choice but to give you what you want. And whatever it is you are thinking about, it assumes is what you want. So it makes sense during this time that we are given the beautiful opportunity to become aware of our belief system, how we're believing, subsequently how we are behaving, and then we can change it. So this Mars retrograde is a really, really, really big deal. We're reading for Scorpio. Scorpio, it's been a big year for you with eclipses in your season. You got a lot in your sign, I'm sorry. You got a lot going on. Wow. You pulled Morgan, Death and Magic, and she's upside down. So you have an alignment message. 3 and 7 together is 10. That's the completion of a cycle. It means you done did learn your fine. Right? We're hoping. Okay? So, Scorpio. Again, eclipse cycle. Beginning and severing things for you this year. Massive rebirth for you this year. This is magic is everywhere in all aspects of life, including death, dying, decay, and what is dark and hidden deep with our very natures. Yet in our modern culture, we spend so much time in denial concocting ways to avoid death, refusing to allow nature to be true. We've lost so much wisdom as a result. You're being invited to address the areas of your life that no longer serve and that need to die, without a promise of what will take its place. Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking, like the caterpillar who has no idea of how to become a butterfly? You must surrender to the process of metamorphosis. You must make room for the miracle while at the same time not demanding certainty. The magical death goddess Morrigan offers you the magical death goddess Morrigan offers you the alignment task of self-inquiry. What death are you resisting now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How has fear ruled your choices? Who could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms? Your magic is so much stronger than you think. You can do this. Your dreams depend on it. Morrigan will be there with you every step of the way. That's a powerful reading for Scorpio. I know that Scorpio has the ability to digest that. I have my North Node in Scorpio. The Scorpionic nature is the ability to, I have always said, I have the ability to scour the sepulchres of human consciousness. That will probably resonate with you, Heather. Yes, I believe you are the same. We have the power to meet and greet all the yucky and all the good, all the deepest and the darkest, and to not get shut down by it. We have the ability, like the Scorpion, to initiate transformation. Signs of the Scorpio are the Scorpion and the Phoenix. So it's all about rebirth. We're pulling for Sagittarius, and this is for Mars retrograde in Gemini. Sag, number 2, Aphrodite, romantic love. Remember too, if you're just joining me, you can listen for your ascendant, which is the sign that you all know about. You can listen for your rising sign, which is the sign that everyone else sees you as. And then you can listen for your moon, which is how you deal with your emotions, your own personal nurture, and your comfort. That's how I would tell you to listen. So you can listen to, if you don't know, you can get a reading, by the way, to find those things out. And then you can find out each of those, and you can listen to how these energies apply for each part of your sign. Okie doke. Sag number 2. Lost my place for a sec. Sagittarius, the Greek goddess of romantic love, Aphrodite represents a state of ecstatic being that she now invites you to cultivate within. Go, Sag. You can experience the world as a sensual, expressive, creative being if you allow yourself the freedom to explore what this means to you. Perhaps this is a portent of a new partnering, or a deepening of one you already have. Or perhaps this is a time for you to claim this aspect of your nature, which may have lain dormant a while. Aphrodite invites you to fall in love with your life now and choose to look for the essence and expression of life all around you. By doing so, love will increase tenfold, and you will see evidence of it everywhere you turn. This is your sacred task when Aphrodite chooses to aid and empower you. I'm a Sag rising, so that is very applicable for me. My sensuality, sexuality, feminine nature has very much been a shadow aspect for me until recently, that I have been consciously giving myself permission to move forward in a new way and break old cycles and present in a new way of being. We are reading for Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. How's everybody feeling this Mars retrograde? It's a lot, isn't it? I was speaking with a beautiful soul today, and she and I were saying it's like massive learning in every aspect of your life, like all at once. Like so much to process as you're just kind of like, you know? Capricorn, we have, I don't even know how to say this. Mnemosyne, the past, number 36. She's upside down though. So this is 3 and 6 is 9, and 9 is about the understanding of a cycle. It's not about the completion, but it's about the understanding of the cycle, and about the understanding of how to manifest it. You've done the learning. The learning has completed. So this is where you're going to put it into play, and then the 10 is the completion of the cycle. She's upside down. It says, our stories can hold us hostage to a past that no longer serves us. Oof, ain't that the truth? The goddess of memories, 𝑻𝒉𝒆, reminds you that running away from painful memories and pretending that wrongs have not been committed does nothing to help you truly find meaning and purpose. Your alignment task is to stop and take inventory of the past and the stories that keep you tied to it and defined by it. She calls you to be rigorously honest about the areas in your life where you have been wounded, as well as where you may have wounded others. Dig deeper to uncover your conscious biases and triggers. Know that it may be a messy experience as you surrender to the truth, that you can't control the outcome or others' reactions when you are ready to make real shifts. The world is changing, and to be a part of its glorious unfolding, you are being invited to do this deep work. Miracles are waiting for you once you set yourself free and allow your memories of the past to lead you to the truth. Transformation comes with a price. Leaving some of your old self behind isn't easy, but it's necessary to become the one you have been waiting for. Summon your courage. The goddess 𝑚𝒉𝒆 will help you. You will rise from this mess, and only beauty and strength will remain. That's for Capricorn. And reading for Aquarius. I'm doing a reading sale for December. I will put the details in the comments, but y'all can get 15% off of any of my readings for the month of December. And that goes for those that are local and online readings as well. Natal readings, prosperity readings, romance readings, health readings. I don't know if you know, hang on one second. Aquarius. Demeter, nurturer, number 11, she's upside down. So we have an alignment message, Aquarius. Okay. 1 and 1 is 2, duality and partnership with self. And also a master number. Do you sometimes overgive to people until you're an empty well? Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them. Or you might be in a pattern of people-pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed. Although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind, your body holds on to fear tightly, so it can be scary to make a change. No one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, but it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. Demeter knows the price of this way of being, and it caused her to lose something dear to her. Now she has to come to show you another way. Your alignment task is to recognize that it's time to step back, excuse me, take a breath, and say no to the behaviors and people you know are draining you. It's that simple. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self-worth. Choose how to nurture, how you nurture, and how you want to receive it. That's so key. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you to her nurturing energy to help you course correct. That's the reading for Capricorn. Love on yourself, Capricorn. I know it's not your nature. Shorty be a Capricorn. More than anything, if I have to pick like a learning about this lifetime in this form, it's how to receive, how to let others love on me. I feel like my Capricorn nature is very dominant. I know y'all don't see it as much because I'm a Sag rising, and I think I very much present as a Sag rising, but I am very Capricornian. Like when I first wake up in the morning, I look like a goat. And then my hair comes in. Just teasing. Ah. Reading for Pisces. Ariane Rod, time number 3, she's upside down. So Pisces, you have an alignment message. Number 3 is a catalyst for change. Pisces, do you worry there's not enough time or that you might be running out of it? Do you feel that you are too late, too stressed, or too overwhelmed to get where you need to go? This attitude is fueled by fear, which has a strange and unusual power to contract time. I was thinking, Ariane, the goddess of time, has an alignment task for you. Breathe deeply and trust the process. Know that even if you are temporarily struggling, you will always have enough time to choose how you experience your reality. You can always course correct. Consider this truth. Struggles, disappointments, or seeming delays are all part of the experience of life on life's terms. How many times have we heard that through this reading? Yet Ariane says this too shall pass. When cool heads prevail and faith steers your course, treasure is never far away. Call on the goddess Ariane when you begin to feel overwhelmed, and she will remind you of these truths. Pisces, you're a fish that likes to swim in water, and you're very dreamy. If you are having a hard time feeling like you're going too fast, you may want to take a bath. Take a bath in some Epsom salts. I have a Pisces moon. It's one of the best things for me. Getting in a large body of water will always help you, but water will always help to calm you down. You can even do a water meditation, holding a glass of water and simply telling the water that you love it. Sit with the water for a few minutes in a cup. Tell the water that you love it, and then drink it. And the water is happy, and the water goes into your body and talks to all of the other almost 72% of you, which is water. So that's very beneficial for you, and quiet time especially. You've done this before, Pisces, so it's in your cells. You're the smartest, most evolved zodiac sign. You're the last on the 12. So you have the ability here, but you just have to slow down and remember. You can call it forth from your cells. Isn't that beautiful? So again, just to recap, go back and watch the reading, but we're being invited to land all of this beautiful love, the whole balance. Look at that, the marrying of the divine feminine and sacred masculine aspect of humanity to humanity. We get to bring it on down, break old cycles, but we got to trust our intuition and allow ourselves to be the star. There's another part of this in this card too. We're learning with this Mars retrograde to step into our authority. We're learning to command our authority. You have to bring to yourself first before you can feed another. You know, it's that same old analogy about putting the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on a kid or anyone else around you. If you expire, you cannot put the mask on another. So we have been given this, I'll speak for myself. I grew up thinking that demanding for myself, wanting for myself, putting myself first as queen was wrong. And now I'm seeing that it is the way that I take care of myself and provide for those around me. If I demand that I am treated as such and that I'm provided for in such a way, then I am able to stay stable and balanced, and I am able to feed that which is below me. And if I understand that I'm worth it, I understand that this is guaranteed to me as a sovereign soul on planet Earth as soon as I decide to embrace it and to allow it to be. And that has a lot to do with intimate connection with those around me and with myself, with my partnership with the universe. You got a soulmate first, and it's not the soul in front of you. That might be the case. But the first one you got a relationship with is yourself and the universe. Okay. 15% off all readings. You can message me for details. I have my special on products coming out tomorrow, where you can build your own gift bag. What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm supposed to tell you. But I think that's it. Thanks so much for being here. And I would love your comments about how the cards resonate with you. Please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and allow notifications so that when I upload videos, you will be able to see. And then y'all get ready for all the fun workshops in January where we're getting together to help ourselves heal individually, as a family, as a community. And I am excited to be kicking off my podcast, Tough Love, in the new year. and anybody who's cool will be on it. I don't even know about that. I mean, I have guests, but I'm excited to share with you about some of the stuff that I feel like will make you a happier, healthier individual. A lot of it you can access for free. Showing up is cool stuff. So, thanks for joining me. Message me for details. I mean, with questions. I think I'm tired now. Message me with questions. Go back to the beginning. Watch the reading. It's a beautiful reading. Give yourself the permission to heal inside. You know, again, one more thing before we get out of here. Every living creature on earth has a female aspect and a male aspect. It's a zygote before it becomes an embryo, right? And everything living has an equal aspect. And I have to learn strength, stability, and balance and survival instinct harmonized before I can be a creative, fruitful, beautiful creature. I have to have these both, and I have to have equal parts, or I can't nurture myself. If I'm all about the growing and I'm all about the doing and I'm not about the being, then I'm not a harmonious creature. So for each of us, this translates into a different way. For each of us, we are being shown how we can fix this in our life if we want to listen. So I'm happy to be on earth today, and I'm so grateful to be with y'all. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, 15% off all readings. Message me for details and questions, and I love you so big. Thanks for being here.